So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. New York legislature is seeking to control speech at work. We're going to talk about that today. There's a lot going on here, and it's specifically surrounding employers' rights to speak on union matters, but I think it's a lot bigger than that and a lot more nuanced. So let's get right into it. At the end of the 2023 session, they sought to prohibit mandatory employer meetings on, quote, religious or political matters, where they passed Senate Bill 64982 or Assembly Bill 6604 on June 10th. If it's signed, which it will be, you know it will be, the bill will create a right for employees to refuse to attend employer-sponsored events and to refuse to listen to communications regarding the employer's opinion on religious or political matters. And of course, this bill was backed by labor unions seeking to limit the employer's rights to hold such meetings during union election campaigns. And let's be clear here, what you're seeing is, well, it's a little strange. Why not also refuse to require employees to stay for speeches about sports or any number of topics, clothes, anything like that? I don't understand why religious and political matters are specifically called out, right? There is nothing unique about them. Now, I think it's bad. I think it's bad etiquette to discuss this in public and at work. I think that's natural and very again very normal. However, why single them out? And that's because it's a bad bill, right? I mean, if anytime that you see something like this, it's pretty evident to me, at least, that it's not a effective bill that's built on solid principles and good moral standing. It's simply a tool for a specific political class to gain power and clout, and that's all it is. Frankly, I've ranted about this too much because this is what so much of employers' bills are. Bills against businesses of late, at least specifically in blue states, typically rail against a specific situation in specific circumstances that really only benefit specific labor unions and not everyone. And equality before the law is it's what's most important. It's important to treat people equally and fairly. And so when you have specific discussions being targeted, you know that there's no egalitarianism here. So let's look at how they define religious matters. The bill defines religious matters as matters relating to religious affiliation and practice and the decision to join or support any religious organizations or association. And political matters defined are matters relating to elections for political office, political parties, legislation, regulation, and the decision to join or support any political party or political, civic, community, fraternal, or labor organization. And as a result, this would be very expansive, restricting employers' ability to communicate with their workforce. And in the bill, they decry that the joining a union or prohibiting joining a union is a political matter. Now, this is really the problem and the crux of it. And you can see here. So I don't perceive labor unions on their own to be political topics, right? That's not in and of itself. They are not political. Labor unions can both be conservative and liberal. They span all different classes and ranges and everything else. So unions themselves are not political, but this bill defines unions as political, and that's really a problem. Now, so to take this strange definition further, and where it may bite New York and New York employers in the back, is what happens when diversity becomes political? It's not. I don't believe it is, but neither is labor unions. They're not political at all in and of themselves, and neither is diversity. But if you're going to take such a broad view of labor unions, then you better be expected to see employees refuse to attend diversity summits as well, and that's the road we're going down. And again, there's more exceptions and limitations. Bill would exempt religious entities or educational institutions. The one that I'm interested in is educational institutions. Higher educational institutions are specifically permitted to communicate regarding academic programs or coursework. Why? Why this exception? I mean, I don't disagree with it, but why? And then I think more interestingly is managerial and supervisory employees. Bill would permit employers to continue to communicate with managers and supervisors without hindrance because requirements limited to employers, managerial and supervisory employees would be exempted. Why? Why? If it's inappropriate and illegal to speak with employees about religious matters and political matters, why wouldn't it be illegal to speak with all employees about religious and political matters? And that's when you know it's a bad law. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I think these developments are really worrying for freedom, for freedom of speech and freedom of association and everything that we hold dear. It will probably ultimately be struck down as unconstitutional if it ever makes it that way. But ultimately these states continue to go rogue, and it's quite unfortunate. Leave a like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.